Good afternoon, I'm Chris Nachkate. Welcome to APTN National News Daytime. Thank you for joining us. A First Nation in northern Manitoba has declared a state of emergency after a severe winter storm knocked out power for the community over the weekend, leaving many families without power for the last 4 days. The state of emergency was declared on Tuesday afternoon by the Nissequoiastic Cree Nation. The Cree Nation was hit by a major snowstorm that dropped up to 30 centimeters of heavy snow in the community, leaving the people without power since Saturday morning at 1 a.m. Many homes have been without heat, and the community has since prompted the evacuation of a number of elders. Leadership is now working with Manitoba Hydro to try and restore power as quickly as possible. Indigenous Services Canada has also been contacted for emergency assistance. Leadership is working on securing more generators for the community, and they're asking the community to conserve and limit their fuel, as fuel is very limited in the area. Nissequoiastic, also known as Nelson House, is located about 800 kilometers north of Winnipeg. The Winnipeg Police Service is asking for the public's help in locating a teenager who has been missing for more than a week. 17-year-old Mackenzie Sinclair was last seen on Monday, October 6th at around 9 p.m. in the 100 block of Marion Street in the St. Boniface district of Winnipeg. Sinclair's family says they are very concerned for her safety and well-being, and she hasn't been active on social media since the day she disappeared. Winnipeg police say they received a missing persons report on October 10th, and the missing persons unit has taken over the investigation. Mackenzie Sinclair is a mother of one. She's 5'5", 180 pounds with a medium build, black hair and brown eyes. If anyone knows where Mackenzie is, you are asked to contact the Winnipeg Police Service at 204-986-6250 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-8477. A Mi'kmaq man was recently arrested by RCMP and charged on suspicion of driving while intoxicated. The incident was caught on video last Friday in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, and has caused some concern. APTN's Angel Moore has the details and a warning. Some viewers may find this arrest disturbing.
You guys don't understand at all. At all, you guys don't have no understanding.
That is Fred Siliboy. Police arrested him for refusing to take a breathalyzer. This video was taken by one of Siliboy's family members just after police tasered him twice on his left arm and chest.
I hit my mouth here and here, my face, I got marks all over me. And then I got the second tase from them. And I got marks all over my knees. And I got a second tase from them too. I didn't expect this to happen. I don't know why this was happening to me.
The incident happened last Friday night after RCMP received a call of a truck driving erratically. Police pulled Siliboy, 58, over in front of his family's home in the Eskasoni First Nation, Onamagi, Mi'kmaq for Cape Breton. Siliboy spoke to APTN News while visiting the Hunters Mountain Mi'kmaq community.
How come they're pulling me over? Said, your report is for impaired driving. Impaired driving? I said, why the heck are you pulling me over for impaired driving? I said, I never even drank for 30 years, or I don't even do drugs. I said, the other one said, your report is for impaired driving. I never did nothing wrong.
Mi'kmaq is Siliboy's first language and says he asked for a Mi'kmaq translator, and he repeatedly told the officers he does not drink.
He didn't listen. He didn't make any calls for translators or bring in Mi'kmaq cops. So he told me, you're under arrest, sir. So I got really offended because I don't drink. And I told him I'm refusing the breathalyzer.
RCMP has confirmed to APTN News in an email that Siliboy was charged with refusal to comply with a demand, 2 counts of assaulting police officers and resisting arrest. They also admitted to using a conductive energy weapon. Chief Leroy Denny of the Eskasoni First Nation was not available for an interview, but posted this on social media. He wrote, First and foremost, I have spoken with Fred to offer my support. It is important that he knows the community supports him during this time. And our leadership is constantly pushing the RCMP to learn about our culture and to try and understand our community. We are actively working with them on efforts to address the historical disconnect. Silly Boy is grateful for that support.
There was a statement brought out by Chief Leroy. When I seen that, and I just got a call from him, and he told me, don't worry about it, we're about to the wedding, your family. And I told you, I want these with too much. So, I'm glad you made the post.
Silly Boy is scheduled to appear in an Eskasoni court on December 16th. He says he is seeking legal counsel and will fight the charges. Angel Moore, APTN National News, Hunters Mountain, Nova Scotia.
Justice officials and First Nation leaders in British Columbia are celebrating the official opening of a diversion center in Prince George they hope will keep Indigenous people out of jail. Officials say the center is the first of its kind in Canada as it offers a therapeutic diversion model focused on the root causes of offending. Participants agree to take part in a set of activities for 90 days or longer if they so choose in order for their charges to be dropped. The center works with existing services and includes a trauma-informed, multidisciplinary team of professionals. It provides participants with access to things like ceremony, land-based healing, elders, counseling, and art therapy. During the grand opening, the BC First Nations Justice Council also signed a letter of agreement with the Prince George RCMP to address the over-incarceration of Indigenous people through diversion.
This will change people's lives. This will make is fiscally responsible, but more than that, it'll lead to safer, better, stronger communities, and we will have Indigenous people be able to. Will change the statistics.
The diversion center is funded by Public Safety Canada. One person is dead and two are missing after a typhoon off the western coast of Alaska flooded streets and washed away homes in native villages over the weekend. Typhoon Halong brought winds up to 110 kilometers per hour, severe storm surges, and floodwaters strong enough to sweep away homes. Over 50 people had to be rescued, some of whom were saved from rooftops. Officials say the villages of Kipnuk and Quim-Gillinuk were hit the hardest, and that most residents in both communities are sheltering in local schools. Alaska State Troopers say a woman has died and 2 people are unaccounted for in Quim-Gillinuk. Research shows the state and even whole communities are being impacted by climate change, making them more vulnerable to severe weather events. We're always looking for your feedback or story ideas. Here's how you can continue the conversation with us. If you have a story you want to share, send us an email to news@aptn.ca. And to read and watch our stories, go to aptnnews.ca. And you can find us online on your favorite social media sites, including TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. Follow APTN News to join the conversation and see our latest stories. A custom Indigenous sneaker maker on the East Coast recently received a high-profile endorsement. That story when we come back. welcome back. There has been another development in a series of difficulties within the North American Indigenous Games that involve athletes from all over the United States and Canada. The latest games were set to happen in Calgary in 2027, but the NAIG Council pulled the plug on them in August because, according to the council, the host society was having difficulty meeting, quote, benchmark commitments. The NAIG Council has now announced that the games will be delayed until the summer of 2028. The council says any athletes eligible for the 2027 games will still be eligible for 2028. NAIG officials are meeting in Ottawa on October 22nd and 23rd to figure out who will host the next games. According to the NAIG website, the first games were held in Edmonton in 1990. A custom sneaker designer from Millbrook First Nation north of Halifax in Unama'ki, Nova Scotia, got a high-profile endorsement recently. And as CTV's Paul Dewitt shows us, Austin Hepworth traveled to Las Vegas to hand-deliver a pair of custom shoes to a popular pro fighter.
Hi, my name's Austin Hepworth. I'm an Indigenous artist from Millbrook First Nations, and I customize sneakers. During the pandemic, it was kind of looking for a hobby to do, because we're kind of in lockdown, so I kind of started researching how to do it, because I was just looking for something to do. So I kind of made myself a pair, made myself another pair, and a family member saw it and was like, hey, can you make me a pair? So I made them a pair. Kind of just kept snowballing, and kind of got to a point where I was like, I can make a little side business out of this. So I kept going, and now I've kind of developed it into like an actual business, and I've made tons and tons of pairs. To start, it takes some prep work, and then once the prep work's done, the painting can happen. So I use like special paint that is used for leather, so it adheres to the leather, so like rain doesn't really affect it. Some get pretty detailed. I love putting a lot of detail into them because it's more fun for me as well. So when they turn out great with a lot of detail, it's more satisfying.
Here we go!
So I look at Power Slap as almost like an extension of UFC, kind of same format. They have cards with fighter matchups, and it's essentially just slap fighting. I attended Power Slap 12 back in March. I made a custom pair for myself just to wear to the event because I thought it would be really cool. I tagged the Butcher and a bunch of others in the post. He was one of the ones that saw it, so I briefly met him back then. He won the belt. It was awesome, and found out he was going to be headlining the October card. So I reached out to him, said, hey, would you like a custom pair? And sent him a mock-up. He loved them, and he's like, yeah, I would love that. I would greatly appreciate it. And so I made them, met him the day before the event, gifted them to him, and he loved the shoe.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, I have another pair coming up, but it's a little bit of a secret, so you're gonna have to wait and find out. My business has a little social media on Facebook and Instagram at AHEPS Customs. I love doing it because I love sneakers myself. This is an extension of the love I have for sneakers.
Very talented. Now to news in Australia. A First Nations social enterprise is aiming to increase employment opportunities for Aboriginal youth as it creates more green spaces across NAR Melbourne. Grow Gardens have recently finished a new native rooftop garden in collaboration with the local city council. NITV's Cameron Gooley reports.
Murnong yam daisies and chocolate lilies. Plants that once covered this land pre-colonisation, now being planted on rooftops across Naarm.
We end up being on the rooftop and planting, all these different, flowers and like native plants.
Shona works for Grow Gardens, a new Indigenous horticulture business. It's recently completed work for the Melbourne City Council.
We're using them right here on the rooftop of one of our council buildings to plant gardens for our staff to enjoy, and they're planting edible foods, native species that are found here on country.
Grow Gardens hopes to provide young Aboriginal people in Victoria with paid employment opportunities and mentorship.
It's really nice because I feel like I'm gaining knowledge about the plants that were here that I didn't even know as an Indigenous person.
I find being outdoors is more probably beneficial than being in the office.
Some of those here today sharing their favourite plants.
I'm very excited that we are planting Murnong here. which is a traditional daisy with a small tuber root. It's a staple crop of the Wurundjeri people.
I really like the chocolate lilies because they smell like chocolate and they're purple.
I actually like the chocolate lilies because they just turn out really pretty, and considering that they smell like chocolate, but you can't eat them.
Greening up Naarm, one rooftop at a time. Cameron Gooley, NITV News.
Staying in Australia, a new album of children's songs along with a companion book is keeping Indigenous languages strong in northwestern Australia. The collection of original songs, which showcases languages from across the central Kimberley region, is designed to celebrate identity and culture. NITV's Emma Colloway reports.
Go! Songs sung in languages of the Kimberley. Bugayanu Jumba, meaning songs for young children in the Bunaba language, one of 5 languages featured in the songbook.
It's been a long time coming. I think this is something special for the Bunaba people as well, how it's bringing the language back to life as well.
It's a culmination of years of collaboration between elders, researchers and educators. Each of the 22 songs carry stories and knowledge unique to the Kimberley.
We need to look after our fish, our ecosystem. The river was very for us, mud water. We need to teach our children not to get too many fish, to save, just to get enough for your family. This is why I wrote this song. Don't take the big one.
The songbook and its accompanying album launched in Fitzroy Crossing in Western Australia, a project led by Melbourne University and published by the Indigenous Literacy Foundation.
It's just something that it's a dream come true. It was a dream, but it's something now, it's reality.
The book, a celebration of culture, identity and the enduring strength of people of the central Kimberley region.
We hear all around the planet of the realities of time moving on and grandparents not being able to talk to their children in their native language and so many of these things. So this is awesome. Yes, I think the community is reveling in it.
I haven't learnt my language back, so having those songs available to start learning language once more is just fantastic.
Strengthening language and culture through song. Emma Kellaway, NITV News.
We now want to tell you about this week's new web poll question. Over on our website, we ask, would you ever feel comfortable with a nuclear waste disposal site near your community? You can answer yes or no. Go to our website at aptnnews.ca. The poll question will be on the right-hand side of the homepage. Saddle Lake Cree Nation's Tia Wood recently shared the stage with pop singer Shawn Mendes. That story when we come back. Stay with us. Wollongong for staying with us. Charlottetown 15, Halifax sunny and 14. La Grande River 5, Anujiwak 4. Saguenay 6, St. Jovite 11 and sunny there. North Bay 6, Toronto 11. 7 in Big Trout Lake, 8 in Thunder Bay. Puckatawagan 1, Thompson -1. Winnipeg 7 and partly cloudy, Barons River sunny and 8. Saskatoon 5, Regina 6. Uranium City 2, Stony Rapids -1. Fort McMurray 11, Fort Chipewyan 7. 18 in Red Deer, Medicine Hat 14. 13 in Vancouver, Quesnel 9 and partly cloudy. Prince George 9, Smithers 10. Old Crow -1, Rock River 0. Watee 1, Yellowknife 4. Sax Harbor -8, Tuktoyaktuk -2. Chesterfield 3, Baker Lake +2. And Arctic Bay -7, Aglulik -1. Thanks for staying with us. Superstar Shawn Mendes surprised his sold-out crowd at his concert in Vancouver over the weekend with a surprise guest.
How do I say it? My voice is so tired.
27-year-old Tia Wood, who's from the Saddle Lake Cree Nation in Alberta, joined Mendes on stage to perform his song, Youth. However, Wood was able to add her own verse singing about the crisis of murdered and missing women and girls in Canada. Our APTN's Tina House will have a full report for you on Thursday with Tia Wood. Identity can be redefined through textiles and traditions. That's what APTN's Stephanie Dusav discovered when she met with the members of the Mood Autochtone Design Collective just before their fashion show during Montreal's Fashion Week.
These embraces are signs that a challenge has been met. Indigenous designers were in the spotlight, as highlighted by Minitspi co-founder Trisha Pitura, a member of the Nipissing Nation.
Today is such an amazing day to have 6 other Indigenous businesses celebrating our culture.
The event held at Montreal's McCord Museum was sold out. José Leblanc, founder of Atticus Canada, underlines the importance of their presence.
Il n'y avait jamais eu d'Autochtones qui avaient participé à la Fashion Week, donc cette année, c'est encore plus gros que l'année dernière.
It's the collective's second show, but the first in the official Fashion Week program. Designer Valérie Larouche of Mikunis Collection says she has outdone herself.
Mes tenues sont incroyables. Ils étaient incroyables sur papier, mais quand je les ai vues, c'était encore pire. Là, j'avais envie de pleurer.
Larouche is Innu from Maastricht. One of our creations was worn by Model for the Day, AFNQL Regional Chief Francis Véropol. José Leblanc, who is Innu from Washat Makmani-Utenam, looks back on the collective's beginning.
Parce qu'on trouvait tout que ça n'avait pas de bon sens, qu'il n'y ait aucun designer autochtone, quand nous, on sait qu'à travers toutes les communautés, il y en a dans toutes les 55 communautés du Québec, il y a 2, 3, 4, 5 designers. Donc, on avait le droit d'avoir notre place et on voulait avoir notre place.
The message resonates with designer Jolene Robichaud.
Ce que je veux dire aujourd'hui avec ma collection, c'est je veux dire aux gens autochtones de prendre l'espace puis se sentir bien quand ils marchent partout.
Robichaud is Mi'kmaq and Acadian, and she embraces all of her identities.
C'est dernièrement que j'ai vraiment commencé à me sentir bien avec ma culture, puis d'apprendre assez que je peux en partager avec les gens. Donc, je prends beaucoup plus d'espace.
The collective says its 7 designers are leaders in the fashion industry, both within and outside their communities. Also a member of the Innu community of Maastricht, Raphaëlle Langevin is a mother of 2, owner of a food truck, and designer. She is just 26 years old.
Pour nous, c'est tellement naturel, tu sais, le vêtement ou l'apparat, c'est quelque chose qui est tellement ancré profondément en nous que j'ai appris à coudre dans la cuisine avec ma mère puis ma grand-mère quand j'avais 8 ans. Quand j'avais 16 ans, j'ai appris à faire du perlage, puis quand j'avais 21 ans, j'ai décidé de me partir en entreprise pour faire ça à temps plein.
According to the collective's founder, Wendat Jason Picard-Binet, domestic production is still possible.
Les créateurs travaillent à partir d'un rouleau de cuir ou à partir carrément d'un bout de tissu. Donc on fait tout maison. On veut ramener en fait la création locale.
A practice already used by many artisans. The collective is in the process of becoming a nonprofit organization. It says it will open its doors to other creators from Indigenous communities.
Donc, pour nous, ce soir, c'est important parce que c'est vraiment le feu de départ. C'est là que la braise, ce soir, va s'embraser, puis on veut que les gens reconnaissent nos savoirs.
Stéphanie Desèvres, APTN National News, Montréal.
Gorgeous outfits. And that's your daytime newscast for this Wednesday. We're back again in a few hours for your evening newscast with more stories. Please join us then. From all of us at APTN National News, hai hai miigwech masicho. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again. Next day.